Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Thursday, November 17th. Colder air has moved into the mid-Atlantic region. Temperatures are mostly in the mid to upper 40s right now, and they will slowly drop during the day. Meanwhile, yesterday we talked about a second wave developing along this cold front, and in fact that second wave of low pressure will throw back some rain later on this morning into the afternoon hours. And as that cold air continues to filter in, some of the rain could mix with or even change over to snow to the north and west of the big cities later on this afternoon before all of the precipitation winds down by tonight. Let's take a look at the latest surface map. First of all, that cold frontal system now is well off the east coast. It came through last night, and we're all now in a northwesterly flow of colder air in the mid-Atlantic region. Meanwhile, there's a second wave of low pressure that will ride up the front, and it will throw back some precipitation into the mid-Atlantic region during the day. Not nearly as much as yesterday, but nonetheless there will be some occasional light rain for the next several hours well into the afternoon. And as that colder air continues to filter in with temperatures slowly dropping, there's a chance that some of the rain will mix with or even change over to wet snow well north and west of the big cities later on this afternoon before, again, it all winds down by this evening. Once that storm pulls off the east coast, we'll be in the cold air, firmly entrenched for tomorrow. Temperatures will struggle to pass the mid to upper 40s in most parts of the mid-Atlantic region, but then we'll begin another warming trend over the weekend. Well, here's the latest radar loop. First of all, a couple of batches of precipitation. This is in the form of rain right now over the mid-Atlantic region, farther to the southwest, associated with that second wave. There is another area developing of showers over here in the western part of Virginia and the western part of North Carolina. All of this is moving to the north and east. So again, there will be occasional light rain for the next several hours, well into the afternoon hours. And as that colder air continues to slowly filter in, some of the rain could mix with wet snowflakes later on this afternoon, well to the north and west of the big cities before it finally winds down and moves off the coast by tonight. By the way, yesterday's rainfall pushed Philadelphia over the all-time record for the wettest year that was previously set in 1996. We are now just under 57 inches for the year. Normal is around 40 inches in the Philadelphia region. Again, we now have the wettest year on record, at least in the modern era. There's some unofficial reports of slightly higher amounts way back in the 1860s, but for the modern era, Philadelphia has now reached the wettest year ever, breaking the record previously set in 1996. Well, let's slowly walk through the GFS computer forecast model for this current wave of low pressure that's developing along the frontal boundary right now. This is in fact the current map from the GFS, in other words, the forecast for this morning. And it has mostly dry conditions here across Pennsylvania from the Mason-Dixon line on to the north and east, but some precipitation according to GFS breaking out, and in fact it is. We just saw that on the radar. And let's watch what the GFS model does with this particular area as the day progresses. Well, basically, the precipitation expands and moves to the north and east, and at the same time, the colder air is filtering in from the north and west. And this is the GFS forecast map for early this afternoon. Let's jump ahead now to early this evening. And by early this evening, there's still a little bit of precipitation dumped out here by the GFS model. We are definitely in the colder air by now. So basically what this is suggesting is that the occasional rain will linger for much of the day as that colder air continues to filter in, and there certainly can be a mixing with or changeover to snow well to the north and west of the big cities as this whole thing winds down later on this afternoon. By late tonight and early tomorrow, we will actually be in the clear precipitation-wise, and the cold northwest winds will just usher in that cold air, and it will be dry overnight tonight and through the day tomorrow, but cold. But then this high-pressure system finally drifts off to the east over the weekend, and we get back into a southwesterly flow of air, and we'll have a warming trend over the weekend in a similar pattern that we experienced last weekend. So a cold shot for Thursday and Friday, but then a warming trend develops over the weekend. So we'll watch over the next several hours. Again, occasional light rain that could mix with snow before ending later on this afternoon. That's it for now. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.